If you earned $70,000 last year and missed these deductions, you may have overpaid the IRS by over $1,000. Not because you did anything wrong, not because the IRS is hiding anything, because nobody told you what you were allowed to subtract. This video is that conversation. Many W-2 employees, people with a regular job and a regular paycheck, miss several of the deductions the IRS legally allows every single year. The result is an unnecessarily high tax bill, paid quietly and repeatedly year after year. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how deductions work, how the standard deduction versus itemizing decision affects you, and which specific deductions most salaried employees qualify for and completely overlook. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only and is not tax advice. Tax laws change frequently. Always verify current limits and rules at irs.gov and consult a licensed tax professional for personalized guidance specific to your situation. This is video 12 in our personal finance series. Last video, we covered how to negotiate your salary so you earn more. This video is about keeping more of what you already earn. Links in the description. Before we get into specific deductions, let's make sure the foundation is solid, because most people have a vague sense of what a deduction is without understanding exactly how it saves them money. A tax deduction reduces your taxable income, not your tax bill directly, your taxable income. The amount of your earnings that the IRS uses to calculate what you owe. Here's why that distinction matters. Example, you earn $70,000 a year. You're in the 22% federal tax bracket. Without any deductions beyond the standard, you pay tax on $70,000 minus the standard deduction. Call it roughly $57,000 in taxable income. Your federal tax bill is roughly $7,800. Now add $5,000 in additional deductions. Your taxable income drops to $52,000. Your federal tax bill drops to roughly $6,700. That $5,000 in deductions saved you $1,100 in actual taxes at a 22% bracket. The higher your tax bracket, the more each deduction is worth. A $1,000 deduction saves someone in the 22% bracket $220. The same deduction saves someone in the 32% bracket $320. This is why understanding deductions matters more as your income grows, and why maximizing them early builds a compounding financial habit. Every taxpayer in the US faces one fundamental choice when filing their taxes: take the standard deduction or itemize. Understanding this choice is the foundation of everything else in this video. The standard deduction is a flat amount the IRS gives every taxpayer automatically. No questions asked, no receipts needed. Check irs.gov for the current year's figure as it adjusts annually. For most single filers and married couples, this is a substantial amount. Itemizing means adding up all your qualifying individual deductions, mortgage interest, state and local taxes, charitable donations, medical expenses above a threshold, and others, and claiming that total instead, but only if your total itemized deductions exceed the standard deduction amount. Here's the honest reality. After the standard deduction was significantly increased in 2017, roughly 90% of Americans now take it rather than itemizing. If you're renting, have no mortgage, and make moderate charitable donations, the standard deduction is almost certainly higher than what you could itemize. But, and this is important, there are deductions that apply regardless of whether you itemize or take the standard deduction. These are called above-the-line deductions or adjustments to income. These are available even if you take the standard deduction, as long as you qualify for them individually. These are the above-the-line deductions that can reduce your taxable income regardless of which filing method you use, for those who qualify. Go through each one and honestly ask yourself whether it applies to your situation. Deduction 1. Traditional IRA contributions. If you contribute to a traditional IRA and meet the qualifying criteria, those contributions may be fully or partially deductible from your taxable income, depending on your income level and whether you have a workplace retirement plan. We covered traditional IRA versus Roth IRA in video 9. The potential tax deduction is one of the core reasons some people prefer the traditional IRA over the Roth. Check irs.gov for current income phase-out ranges to see if you qualify. Deduction 2. Student loan interest. If you're repaying student loans, you may be able to deduct a portion of the interest paid during the year, even if you take the standard deduction. This applies to qualifying loans taken out for yourself, your spouse, or a dependent. It phases out at higher income levels. Check irs.gov for the current deduction limit and the income threshold where this phases out. Deduction 3. Health Savings Account HSA contributions. If you're enrolled in a qualifying high-deductible health plan, you're eligible to contribute to a health savings account, and contributions you make directly are deductible from your taxable income. HSA contributions are one of the most powerful tax tools available to qualifying employees. The account is triple tax advantaged. Contributions are deductible, growth is tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are tax-free. No other account in the US tax code offers all three simultaneously. Deduction 4. Self-employed health insurance premiums. If you have any freelance, contract, or self-employed income, even part-time alongside a regular job, you may be able to deduct health insurance premiums you pay for yourself and your family. This is a significant deduction that many side hustle earners completely miss. You must have net profit from self-employment to qualify, and the deduction cannot exceed that net profit. Deduction 5. Traditional 401k contributions. We covered this in video 10, but it's worth restating here in the tax context. Traditional 401k contributions reduce the taxable wages reported on your W-2, which lowers your taxable income for the year. This happens automatically through payroll. It's a tax reduction that's already built into your paycheck if you're contributing. If you're not maximizing your 401k contributions, at minimum to the employer match, you're leaving both free employer money and a reduction in taxable income unclaimed simultaneously. Deduction 6. Educator expenses. If you're a K-12 teacher or eligible educator, you may be able to deduct qualifying out-of-pocket classroom expenses up to an annual limit, even without itemizing. Check irs.gov for the current limit and eligibility requirements. Even if most people take the standard deduction, these itemized deductions are worth understanding because they can tip the math in favor of itemizing if your circumstances qualify. Mortgage interest, if you own a home with a mortgage, the interest portion of your payments is generally deductible when itemizing. This is frequently the single largest itemized deduction available to homeowners and is what most often pushes total itemized deductions above the standard deduction threshold. State and local taxes, SALT, you can deduct state and local income taxes or sales taxes plus property taxes, subject to a combined annual cap. Check irs.gov for the current cap, as this has been subject to legislative changes. Charitable donations. Cash donations to qualifying nonprofit organizations are deductible when itemizing. Keep receipts and written acknowledgement from the organization for any donation above a certain amount. Medical expenses. Unreimbursed medical expenses exceeding a percentage of your adjusted gross income are deductible when itemizing. This threshold is high enough that it typically only benefits people with significant out-of-pocket medical costs in a given year. Here's the practical action step most people never take, and it is completely free and takes about 20 minutes. Before your next tax filing, pull up last year's tax return and go through this checklist. Did you contribute to a traditional IRA? If not, could you have qualified? Even a partial contribution may reduce taxable income. Did you have an HSA-eligible health plan? If so, did you make direct contributions? If not, you may have left a triple tax advantage deduction unclaimed. Did you pay student loan interest, have self-employed income, or are you an eligible educator? Each of these has a specific above-the-line deduction that reduces taxable income without itemizing for those who qualify. If you're unsure about any of these, consult a CPA before your next filing. A 1-hour consultation typically costs far less than the taxes saved from finding one missed deduction. Let's bring it together. A tax deduction reduces your taxable income, the number the IRS applies your tax rate to. Every qualifying dollar of deduction saves you money equal to that dollar multiplied by your tax rate. Every taxpayer chooses between the standard deduction and itemizing. Take whichever is higher. Roughly 90% of Americans take the standard deduction. Above-the-line deductions, traditional IRA contributions, student loan interest, HSA contributions, self-employed health insurance, and 401k payroll contributions are available even if you take the standard deduction, for those who individually qualify. These are the ones most W-2 employees overlook. Itemized deductions, mortgage interest, SALT, charitable donations, medical expenses are worth calculating if you own a home or have significant qualifying expenses. Next video, we're going even deeper into taxes, specifically how tax brackets actually work, because the single most common misconception in personal finance is how Americans think about moving into a higher tax bracket. Most people believe earning more can somehow leave them with less take-home pay. That is completely wrong, and next video I will prove it with actual numbers. Subscribe and I'll see you there.